Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. It is the Darren Clark Real Estate Show for Saturday, April the 3rd. It's Easter weekend. If you celebrate Easter, happy Easter to you. We're going to have a guest coming on here shortly. I'm excited about this. I think I told you last week that we were moving into the home inspection phase. But with schedules and everything, I decided to flip-flop home inspections and home warranties. So this morning we have a home warranty expert with us. So we'll get to her in just a few moments. If you're tuning in for the first time, I am Darren Clark. I am a realtor with Century 21 Judge Fight here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I would love to help you out if you're looking to buy or sell or even invest in real estate. You can give me a call. My contact information is real simple. You can call me, you can text me, you can email me, you can send me private messages on social media, and I say this every week. The only thing I don't respond to is semaphore and smoke signals. I'm just not up to speed on those. I'm sorry. Before we get into our guest, I have to get on a soapbox for a second, because if you know me at all, generally you will find me walking around with a big cup from America's Drive-In. Why? Because I have a sweet tea addiction. And okay, I could be addicted to worse things, right? All right, but I have a sweet tea addiction. So just about every morning I go to the America's Drive-In right up the street from my house, and pretty much the same car hop works every morning. And you know, over time we've struck up conversations. I guess that'd be the word. We've had conversations, and today she told me she's thinking about renting a place. Now, as a real estate agent, I have no problem helping somebody lease property. But I think it's really important that we understand what leasing means. What leasing means is you're paying for the privilege to live somewhere, and that's it. You get nothing in return for that amount of money. So I wanted to come up here for just a second, and I'm going to bring up the big board and talk a little bit about renting. So if, in fact, let's go back to this real quick. Just real quick, if you're renting for $1,500 a month, then that's $18,000 a year, $54,000 in rent payments over 3 years, and you have nothing to show for it but the privilege of living there, right? And in that 3-year period, your rent may have gone up. So we can just kind of establish that as a baseline. $54,000 in 3 years and nothing to show for it. Now let's go to the big graphic board. All right. If you are purchasing a house and you're looking for about a $1,500 payment. Now this is with a say 5% down payment. Your payment would be about $1,513 a month on a $215,000 house. $215,000 buys a decent amount of house. Probably as much, if not more, than a $1,500 lease payment. Okay, so you can see $1,513 and $215,000 house over 30 years. Now, what does that do for you in 3 years? Let's take a look at that. Over 3 years, 3 years from now would be the April 2024 payment, right? Let's even go to May 2024. But your balance on that loan is about $190,000. That means in that same 3-year period that you would have spent $54,000 in payments, you now have $25,000 in equity on that home, and this does not include property value appreciation. We are seeing property values continuously climb in the DFW area. So that means you're probably going to see an additional 5, even 10% on top of that. That's if property values continue to appreciate. I am not a fortune teller. I can't tell you exactly what the market's going to do in 3 years, but nonetheless, you're going to have at least $25,000 worth of wealth to show for your payments. So, is buying better than renting? Absolutely. Are there times where people need to rent? Yes, there are. I get that. I will help you, but let's try to think of a plan to get you out of the renting part and into the purchase part so that you can start gaining that wealth, because that's something that will just go with you forever. And I'm telling you, it just continues to stack on itself, and next thing you know, you have tens of thousands of dollars in equity and wealth, and even hundreds of thousands of dollars in wealth over time. So that is my soapbox for the day. If you're renting, hey, I get it, but let's try to move into a purchase situation. All right, I want to bring on my guest now. She's been waiting ever so patiently in our virtual green room. Her name is Mariane King. She is with Achosa Home Warranty. Mariane, good morning. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Good morning. Thank you. Thanks so much, Darren. That was awesome. I love that. Love that analogy. Great stuff.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I am so glad to have you here on the show today. And I want to talk about home warranty because it is part of the process. And last week we talked about negotiating offers, and one of the items I talked about there's 27 negotiable points just in the residential contract. And one of those points in the contract is the seller reimbursement for what we call a residential service contract. And it's known better in the business and kind of in the retail world as a home warranty. Can you do me a favor and explain to these wonderful people what a home warranty is?
Yes, I can. So let me just preface this with I have been in the home warranty industry, and I jokingly say since last century. So I did get into the home warranty industry in the late 1990s, 1997, in the Dallas Fort Worth area. So obviously, I have a passion for it and I love it. So the purpose of the home warranty is to help the homeowner who's just purchased a house have peace of mind that they've got coverage for the major systems and appliances. What it covers is the heating and AC, the electrical, the plumbing, which would include your water heater, and the appliances. And we use the acronym PEACH, if you want to use that, for plumbing, electrical, appliances, cooling, and heating. So just to give you an idea of what that is, it is similar to insurance in that we have a trade call fee, is what it's called. We cannot call it a deductible because we're not regulated by the Texas Insurance Board, but that is paid whenever a claim is placed. And I will tell you too that we see an average of 2.7 claims in the first year of the
Oh, wow.
contract. So it is important. Again, it provides peace of mind for the buyer. Provides good liability coverage for the seller, for you as a real estate agent. So it's just a win for everybody.
Sure, and I'm telling you, it's a lot cheaper if you have that home warranty than it is if you're just paying retail.
Exactly.
I just had to replace
Exactly.
my water heater after the big polar vortex freeze that we had here in North Texas.
Oh,
And I kind of wish I still had my home warranty from when we purchased the house because I was
yeah.
shelling out over $1,000 to replace a water heater. And if I had maintained my home warranty, it would have been a lot cheaper. So,
Yeah.
tell me what separates a Chosa home warranty
Oh,
from
yes.
some of the myriad of home warranty companies that are out there.
If you can see the brochure, so I apologize. I meant to have my little pull-up banner with me, but I am out of town. So this just shows you what the logo looks like in Achosa. So the name Achosa means the power to choose. And our concept that I'm so excited about after 23 years of being in the traditional home warranty setting is that we empower the homeowner to use their own contractor. So when they are able to use their own contractor, they have more control over the claims process. So it's just a very unique and extraordinary concept that is we're getting rave reviews from homeowners and from contractors because we're paying the contractors their retail rates. We talked about having to pay retail. So we are paying their retail rates. And once the homeowner has confirmed that they are satisfied with the job, we pay the contractor right then and there over the phone. So it's just really exciting. Our goal is to we're looking at, like I jokingly said that I've been in home warranty since last century. Our co-founders that created this company, they're looking to the future for the year 2050, getting away from that 1980s traditional home warranty model. Consumers want things done now. They don't want to wait and go through that whole process of, waiting for the traditional home warranty company to send out their contractor that the homeowner knows nothing about, waiting for whatever the claim is to be authorized. And then if there is equipment that has to be purchased, then it has to be purchased through their wholesale supply house. So, just to replace a water heater would be a minimum of 3 to 4 day process.
Mhm.
You know, do you think people like going without hot water for 3 to 4 days? No.
No,
So with
and
our
I think you
concept,
touch on a really interesting and really important point, and that is we all have relationships, right? We have relationships with different types of
yeah,
contractors. We have a plumber that we like to use. We have a roofer that we like to use, or maybe we have a relative that's in that business, and we want to make sure that that relative or that friend is the one that's getting our business because that's the relational model that we all kind of live on, right? So the ability to choose your own contractor is important to help maintain those relationships. And with Achosa's decision to allow that and to foster that, I think it really shows that they're also in the relationship business and that they understand the value that we place in those people that we choose to do work on our biggest investment, which is our home.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, great point. Your biggest investment. And, we do provide value to the local community. And the way I see it as real estate agents, you've been in the industry for any amount of time, you typically have contractors that you refer if there is a situation where there's not a home warranty included or whatever the case may be. So my thought is, if as a real estate agent, if you're able to refer more business to your preferred contractors, that you have confidence and trust that they're going to take really good care of your clients, hopefully they're going to reciprocate, and it's going to be more referrals for you as well. And our goal too is, helping the real estate agent gain more referrals. So the better the claims experience, the homeowner's going to remember that, and they're going to remember that you, the real estate agent, Darren Clark, said, this is the home warranty company you need to go with.
Right. And I tell you, it's a breath of fresh air to see a company that recognizes that and that, they value their customers. I have had way too many experiences in the last couple of months where a company did not value the customer, the employees, and it's not the manager, it's the employees that, they see it as a work by the hour job, and they don't care about who comes in the door, and the people coming in the door are a problem, and they're just making them do work. But to find a company that says, "Hey, you as a customer is important. What you want is important, and we're here to serve you," I'm really happy about that. Now, let me ask you this: with Achosa, I know I've worked with other home warranty companies in the past, and I'm not going to name names. Not with you on the show, absolutely not. But with Achosa Home Warranty, do you offer levels of coverage very similar to some of the other ones, or do you have your own model that you guys use there?
Oh, yes, yes, yeah, very competitive coverage. So the brochure, we have two plans. Our whole thought process is keep it simple and keep it transparent. So the two plans cover the identical same items. And we added in some extras that are typically additional costs, like the kitchen refrigerator, the washer dryer, code violations that could be related to the water heater or the heating and AC system if there's a claim there. That's included in our coverage as well. Roof leak repair, garage door opener, those are just some of the extras that are included in both plans. So the difference between the two plans, is the amount that we will cover for the heating and AC system if it has to be replaced, and for the water heater. So keep in mind, let me just ask you, what do you think is the percentage of replacements to repairs when it comes to claims?
Oh wow, I would say 60 to 70% replacement. That would just be a ballpark guess.
You would think. You would think. And as long as I've been in the industry, I kind of thought the same thing. It's actually very low. It's a 7%
Oh wow.
replacement, yeah, to repair. So, the purpose of the home warranty is to get the system up and working, get the homeowner's home back in good working order. So typically it can be done with a repair. If it cannot be repaired, then it does turn into a replacement. So that's the difference between the two plans. We do offer free seller coverage too, which is a great resource for you as a real estate agent when you're at a listing appointment to say, hey, do you have a home warranty already? And if they don't have a home warranty, they can get that coverage, the exact same items, which a lot of those are definitely extras for the seller's coverage when you compare it to the traditional home warranty companies. And it's good for 6 months or until the day of closing. So a lot of agents say, well, the house is flying off the market, they wouldn't have coverage very long. No, they would still have coverage up until the day of closing, not to the day that it goes under contract. So, and the purpose of the seller's coverage is to cover things that fail due to normal wear and tear. I like to be very upfront and transparent about that. If somebody calls in with the, list of things that came up on the inspection report, those things probably were not in good working order at the start of coverage. So it's to cover things, say all of a sudden the dishwasher starts leaking, or burner goes out on the oven, whatever the case may be, or the water heater starts leaking. Is to cover things that fail due to normal wear and tear. And our goal is to help the seller save money on a house that they're trying to sell, right?
Exactly. Exactly. I want to tell you first off, thank you so much for taking time out of your Saturday morning and having us and being on the show. It's just been a great conversation. I really appreciate you taking the time and enlightening, or what am I, educating our
Yeah.
viewers here about the home warranty, what it is that Achosa does for them, and more importantly, how it can protect them as they move forward in their home ownership. I do want to take the opportunity to put Marianne's contact information. Oops, that is the wrong graphic. Let me get back to the right one here. I want to give you the opportunity to. Now we're back into that. Look at me. All right, there we go. There is Marianne. If you need to contact her, you can reach her there. Or, of course, you can message me and I can send you her contact information. Just that simple. If you need to get in touch with her, maybe you're thinking about a home warranty. And hey, let's do business. And if you're looking to buy or sell real estate, you want that home warranty in place. I'm telling you, it's that added protection, that peace of mind,
That's
and it goes from there. Marianne?
That's a good point, Darren. If I could just, touch on a few more things about our customer service rating. So, have you ever heard of the Net Promoter Survey,
I have not.
NPS? Okay, so every time you get that question from a survey on a scale of 0 to 10, how would you refer this company or product to your friends and family? That's an NPS, Net Promoter Survey score. And so that's what major companies use for their customer service rating. So the traditional home warranty companies are in the low 20s. Anything over 60 is considered really good. Costco and Sam's are in the low 70s. I love Costco. Uh, we are in the upper 70s.
Oh, wow.
So what was so exciting to me, coming from the traditional home warranty setting, where people are taking the time to respond to surveys with very positive comments, very positive results. So very excited about that. And the claims process, that's our whole focus there. And just a quick explanation that when it's a 3 phone call process, the homeowner calls in the claim, we give them authorization to call their own contractor. When the contractor's at the home, they call us back with the diagnosis. We approve, whatever it is that's going to be covered. The homeowner pays a trade call fee directly to the contractor. Once they have told us that they are satisfied with the job, we pay the contractor right then and there. So we're getting rave reviews from contractors as well, who are calling us saying, hey, can we get on your list? We don't have a list. So it is. It's all about, being able to refer people that you work with, that
Exactly.
you have a good
Exactly.
relationship with.
And we talked about that. Those relationships are so important because you trust those people to do good work on your investment, and that's. I thought when you brought that up as when we were talking earlier this week about choosing your own contractor, it took me back to my conversation with my plumber who was putting in my water heater, and I said something about home warranty, and he got a look on his face like he didn't like it, like he just tasted a lemon or something,
Exactly.
because these contractors have had bad experiences with other home warranty companies, and it sounds like y'all are doing things right.
So I'm glad you brought that up because we encourage the homeowner, if the homeowner calls their own contractor and says, hey, will you work with the home warranty company? They're going to say no, only because they don't know. They don't understand. Once it's explained to them that we will pay their retail rates and we pay them immediately, they're not waiting, 3 to 4, 6 weeks for a check, then they're good to go. So again, we just try to, encourage the homeowner. Don't ask them if you're going to, work with a home warranty company. Just call your contractor, get them out there, get the diagnosis, pick up the phone like you got to call your husband or wife to get approval, but you're calling Achosa. We're the husband or the wife. We approve it right then and there, and they're all happy. And we've got their
That
home back in good working order.
that is awesome. That is just awesome. So, Marianne, thank you so much for being on the show. I've got to move on, but if you have any questions about a Chosa home warranty, you can reach out to me. I'll get you in touch with Marianne, and she can answer your questions, and we'll go from there. But thank you so much.
No, thank you, Darren. This is awesome. Y'all have a
All right.
great Easter weekend.
I appreciate it. Okay, that was Mariane King with Achosa Home Warranty, and she took time out of her busy schedule on a Saturday, uh, and she told you, she was out of town, and she dropped in to be on the show, and I can't say thank you enough to her. All right, let's move on. We've got our market update. Real quick, we'll get into it. I remember last week I told you that we're going to start seeing those sold numbers go up. Well, check this out. Just this last week, we saw 1,940 new listings. That only dropped 15, so we can say that's pretty flat. We saw an additional 20 under contract. That's also pretty flat. But look at this sold number, up 427. I told you we're going to see that climb, that we were in a lull following the deep freeze, and that has popped up. It is really popping out there in the market. One realtor in our brokerage this week put a house on the market. It was in that same price range I showed you with that $1,500 payment. It was about $215,000, and it hit the market about 8 o'clock in the morning, and we were in a big meeting, and she says by the end of the meeting she had like 20 showings already scheduled. By the end of the day, she had over 60 showings on that property, and as I'm talking to her, I said, how many offers do you have already? Now remember, this is the first day it's on the market. I said, how many offers do you have? She says 13, and she pulls out her phone and she goes, nope, there's 14 and 15. So it is a hopping market right now. If you want to take advantage of this market as a seller, feel free to reach out to me. Let's talk. Let's discuss what your options are as a seller, what you might be able to gain by selling your house, what you might clear. Let's talk about the process. If you want to make that informed decision, I want to give you the information to help you do that. So once again, if you need to contact me, you can reach me right here on my cell phone. You can reach me by email, all the different messaging portals in social media. I'll be glad to help you out. Thanks so much for tuning in. That's the show for this Easter weekend. I'm Darren Clark with Century 21 Judge Fight, and where are we at? There we go. Have a very happy Easter, everybody. I will see you next week, and take care.